Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. I'll be seeing some of you 2 times in one day today. I was on YouTube Live earlier, and we did a co-working session with my handy dandy hourglass. So I had been using that during our session to time ourselves on and off. I just realized that it's like a little off kilter. Gotta fix that there. But welcome to Human Design Hotline. My name is Brenna. I'm a human design reader and astrologer of the last 9.5 years. Been doing this for a minute. And we, at 7:30 my time, Eastern Standard Time, for about 2 hours, we chat and talk about all things astrology and human design. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat. If you want to drop what your energy type is, your strategy, authority, profile, your big 3, any of those things, you can drop them in the chat. Hello, talented Mrs. J, welcome. We'll have a few people that'll be joining for my Patreon as well. Probably a couple that will do their complimentary reading that's included with their membership. But again, as we're getting started, if you guys want to drop your energy type in human design, your big 3 in astrology, just so I can pour into you. I always say that I'm here to commune with you, not just have you stare at me, although that's nice. I'm here to help you guys for whatever you feel kind of stuck with. Hi, Megan. How are you? It's good to see you. Whatever you're feeling stuck with. So good evening. Good evening. You're the first one here. So it's you and me and my furry cat over there. So I'm just getting ourselves started here. For the longer video that I posted, his name's Benny. Benito is his government name. It was funny because I actually was looking up names. This is a funny story. Because I found him in the middle of the street outside of an Italian, like a pizzeria. I was going to get pizza on Labor Day weekend, excuse me. And I found him in the middle of the street. He was like, could fit in the palm of my hand. So like, I literally fed him with bottle fed him, like syringe fed him. And he laid on like a little heating pad. Queen Cleopatra. I love that. Oh, Princess Jasmine. That is so cute. I love that. That's adorable. I love that. They're just so sweet. Hi, Lisa. How are you? Welcome. Oh, we have our coworkers and friends in the group. Here, let's see. My little aesthetic candle. Hi, Sabrina. How are you? Welcome. I love your new, I think you added Creative Muse since I have seen you last, right? Hiding Brenna. I understand. I'll see you in the background. Oh, there you go. Also could be appropriate. I was going to say, if that wasn't a typo, no problem. Cleo, I love that. I also think I love the name Cleo for a girl. I just love the name Cleo so much. I think it's okay. Lisa, I know you've probably been feeling it too. But some housekeeping, what I was mentioning before you guys had joined us. If you want to drop your energy type in human design in the comments below, you can do that. Most people will start by doing their profile, their authority, and their energy type, or your big 3 in astrology. If you know what that is and you don't know your human design, I have readings open for tonight, so if you guys want to do a live reading here on TikTok, it's 10 minutes for $12. If you're in my Patreon and you have not yet done your complimentary reading for the month, that link I'm going to drop right now in the chat in our Patreon, so you guys will see that in a moment. And then I will have my notifications up so that I can see if anyone books, so I'm not yapping away. Hi, Unique, how are you? It's good to see you. How funny was it? So Unique and I only know each other through TikTok. We were in New Orleans at the same exact time at the end of March. Isn't that funny? We didn't see each other. I actually saw my friend Isabella, who is an astrologer that you guys know that I mentioned before, that I also met on this app. So it's this app is crazy in the best way possible. But I just think that that's so funny. Yes, Taurus Projector, happy belated birthday. I love that. Aw. What have you been working on? What do you feel like in your Tauran way? I invite you to share as a projector if there's anything you want to share that you kind of been working on. Yeah, a couple people I know there. I was like, well, I know. Hi, Krystle. It's so good to see you. How is everything? How's your job? Thank you. I know. I wasn't on last week, but I think I was on the Thursday before that. I don't even remember. Time is so funny. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. Yes. Hi, Caroline. Emotional Manifester 6'2". I love that. Yeah. And you had said something to the effect of, what was it? Purging energy. Yeah. Going through an energetic purge. Yeah. Where to begin? I know. Hi, Angel. Welcome. Oh, it's nice to meet you here. Hello, officially. Outside of the comments, I remembered that you and I commented about your projectorness and how I have 5 planets in Scorpio. So before I freak you out and you're like, oh my God, how do you remember that? That's where that comes from. But you're also a projector, right? Oh yeah. Hi. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, the daily vids have been so fun to do. I know, like, I'm a fan of Red Robe Astrology as well. And I was like, oh, I should do this for human design also. So I was like, what's the, yes, 5. And Jupiter is one of them. So they're smack dab right there. Oh, your last account was hacked. Oh, I just saw that. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I mean, at least a good refresh, so that's helpful. Hi, Rose, how are you? I just got the notification because, you know, when you have mutual followers, how the notification that you said to Guy, like, you really just put our phone numbers on the internet. And I was gonna like message you guys and say that, but I was like, oh, maybe like he probably knows, like he's a projector that like if it's on there, like he knows it's on there, you know. So I was like, maybe it's a business phone number. But I was dealing with, the only reason I say that, so I have my projector client and mentor, we bartered sessions. I've known her forever. She's like 70 and lives up in upstate New York. And she's a projector, and she was dealing with spam bots logging into her account and like filling up like 2 to 3 like spaces a day on her email newsletter. She uses MailChimp. And I was like, oh, like we need to figure that out. So like spam bots have been on the mind, especially Gemini, a little bit of trickster energy, trickster season. And the thing that I keep like channeling today that I mentioned in the daily videos is like the devil being in the details. Like today was a really good day to like plan. If I use content as the example, for those of you who didn't see my energy of the day video, like it's the time to write things out. If you want to start doing, say, like long form content on YouTube, today and tomorrow too is a good day to kind of be like, okay, I know I feel the urge to do this, but it actually becomes much more grounded if I write out, I'll fix it. I probably just have it blocked off by accident. But thank you for letting me know. I write out, I'll fix it. I probably just have it blocked off by accident. But thank you for letting me know. Let me go here, and I want to look up Hotline. Here we go. Booking page. I almost drank out of my candle. That would have been interesting for the evening. So that is set. I have that good. I probably just have something blocked off in my calendar that I didn't realize. Yeah, I blame the Leo placements. He just wants to show everyone his accomplishments, even if they're small. It's so true. But I love that about Leo placements because I'm like, y'all know that you deserve it. So let me clear my throat. I just heard like that song in my head. What is that song? Let me clear my throat. I forget the name of it. But that's especially my Leo risings. Oh, here, yeah. Okay, I just updated it. So if you refresh the link to book, it'll go through Sabrina. Sorry about that. There we go. And then I have my availability open until like 10 o'clock my time tonight. So I may get off a little bit earlier, but these readings are recorded. Yeah, right, Lisa? Hi. These are recorded and I post them over on my YouTube channel. So if you don't also subscribe to my YouTube channel, definitely do that. Just another place to find me because this app is kind of wonky in terms of like we never know should I stay or should I go, in terms of not me, I want to be here, but we got to cover all bases. So that's what we do when we're smart. So I encourage you guys to do the same and let me know if you're connected with me over there so I could subscribe back to you guys. Okay, and then last thing I'm going to do for housekeeping is just drop the link to my beautiful Patreon community because you guys get the complimentary reading as a part of your $22 mentorship and membership. So that is good. And you guys didn't have any blocks there. It was just for, it updated since I deleted that. Okay. Okay, so I'll do that, and then I am going to bring up my notifications on my monitor that is in front of me but behind you guys so that I can see when I'm yapping away if anyone books, or when someone books, I should say. So That way we have that ready to go. Yeah, Patreon is fire. You give an abundance of info. Thank you so much. I mean, listen, like, you guys are there to learn. Like, that's what you pay for me. And I'm a Pisces, so I'm like, what's the way that I can give somebody anything where they're at? I always like to create an array of that. Yes, that's why I didn't ask him to take it down. I knew he's just proud. Yeah, 1,000%. 1,000%. That's a good combination of your personalities too. Hi, Amanda. How are you? And your placements, right? Like, it's helpful. Yeah, shameless plug for Patreon, just because we were chatting about it. So for Patreon, it arose out of my community on TikTok having another place to talk to in a more private way. So we have a community chat, and I also have a chat broken down for each of the 5 energy types. You join the tier of your fellow projectors, manifestors, like Krystle, I saw you just booked, thank you. Manifestors, manifesting generators, projectors. Projectors are my biggest group. I'd love to pimp you guys out, as I say respectfully. I'm a manifesting generator that worked in arts and music management for a lot of my career, so I'm really good at helping you guys get the invitation, if I do say so myself. So I'm always like, tell me what you want to share. Like, I know it's a struggle for you guys, and if you listen to Ra'Urahu, RIP, but I'm gonna bring up your chart. I have Sabrina first and then Krystle after that. So as we're yapping, Sabrina, I'll bring up your chart. But how the next couple years is going to be a really big pivotal moment for projectors. So a lot of people will also say that projectors are like the new CEOs of the world and they're really rising to the top. And so, here we go. There's a lot that I could say about that. But in Patreon, you guys get a complimentary reading once a month. So if you already book with me through Patreon once a month, it basically pays for itself to do that. And then we do a group training once a month for projectors only. So I teach you how to use from a lot of a business and like money standpoint and marketing standpoint. We go through that. And then you guys have 24/7 access to the community. So if you ever have a question, at 10 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock at night, you can always throw it in the chat and I always answer within 24 hours. You guys get priority for that. Or if you have anything for like content you want me to create, a lot of the content that I make for YouTube as well, about life purpose, incarnation cross, all those types of things is because somebody, most likely a projector, has requested it. So yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I saw that, Amanda. Thank you. You may just make me join Patreon. Hey, I would love for you to be there. And you guys also get access to all of the recordings that I've done since last year. So that's over like 12 recordings at this point, and extra bonus content for me too. So I really make it like a sacred space, and I'm very serious about like making sure that you guys can be in there, learn something, have access to me, because we need that, right? It's helpful for that. So, and then just like the community, like again, as projectors, it's my biggest group because you guys thrive in community, and a lot of you need to it's a good way to practice the practical implementation. I'm not telling you things that you guys can just look up on TikTok yourself. Like, this is stuff that like I've actually put into practice over the last 9.5 years of doing this, or I've done it with my clients themselves in mentorship in some capacity. So just to share that shameless plug. Yeah, I'm excited, Sabrina. So I'm going to start now, if you're cool with it. I'll start your session early just because we're here. Just let me know and give me the go ahead. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I like to do it, It's a joy of mine. So it in an essence, it took me a long time. Okay, cool. It's been 9.5 years, but it's my joy and my passion. So it's like, if I can help people get a little bit closer to find that for themselves too, like that's what I want. So I'm going to read your question, and then I'm going to start, and then I will pivot over to showing your chart as well, so that you can see what we're looking at. Let me just close out all the Calendly tabs that I have here so it looks a little cleaner, and we'll have that. So how am I doing now that I've allowed myself to drop anchors holding me back? I love that. Congratulations. Aw, thank you, Rose. I appreciate that. I've recently been asked to join my architecture firm, as a partner, and I'm geeking in the best possible way. I love that. Congratulations. Thank you, Angel. I appreciate that. Your name suits you. Trying to match up being both creative by encouraging other creatives and being an architect. I mean, listen, I think as 1-3s, like we're kindred spirits in that, where we love to mentor people. Like that is our sphere of influence, zone of genius. Like that is where we really thrive, because we love to pour out from our overflow. And I think that in itself is a key phrase and indicator of pouring out from our overflow. I'm also going to say that we're about 15 minutes into the recording at the time of this. So I will post the minute markers, but this will go on YouTube as well, just as a reminder, so you can listen back to this again and again. I mean, when you say like, how am I doing now that I've allowed myself to drop anchors that are holding me back? You already know, right? Like, you know that you are like this. I feel like heart center. It feels like I want to sit taller in my chair. Abs feel tighter, right? Like we're in like fitness. I think of like Barry boot camp mode. We're like, okay, like I'm ready. This is my time to shine. Also, happy belated birthday. So when we're in that zone, right? Like, you know, it's just me affirming the recognition that you know at your core is already available to you. But it's nice to have the outside affirmation of that. Don't feel like you're welcome. Don't let that be lost on you, or that there's a reason that like you feel like you don't deserve it at all. I think if anything, it's more not self-theme of feeling the bitterness of not being recognized for so long and feeling slept on, that you're like, oh, well, I'm just getting my flowers that like I've watered, but like other people put fences around that, so I wasn't able to collect them. So let me go back to that. And I also think that, yeah, it's been 7 years. Yeah, it reminds me of the Titanic meme that's like, it's been 84 years. Like, that's probably how it feels. You're like, yeah, 7 in real time, but it feels like 70 in my lifetime. Classic projector wave. Yeah, to your point, I've recently been asked to join my architecture firm as a partner, and I'm geeking in the best way. That's a sign, because when you look at this, right, if I pivot my screen here to show you what I'm looking at, I want to show you for all my projectors here. Sorry for the motion sickness. A really important aspect, and that is your signature and your not self theme. So you're already paying attention to the fact that you feel successful. You're like, oh, when I think about being a partner at my architecture firm, this makes me feel successful. I also know that it's a great, thank you guys for liking the live. It's a great way for you to fund your life, right? Your other creative projects, the business you have with your husband, being able to care and provide the care for him that you know is needed, right? Being able to make sure that you're taken care of, and that you're also doing something for Sabrina. When you have to be somebody that is taking care or assisting somebody more than the average person, right? More than the average level, that's also something that, yeah, exactly. Especially that Taurus, you're like, yeah, give me all the stability. And your Taurus, Venus, and Mercury, right? Taurus stellium. So there's an extra activation. What's also interesting is that the Mercury Cazimi, so the buzzword that I share is basically, it's a fancy way to say that the Mercury and the Sun were at the same exact degree, conjunct, aka next to each other, on top of each other. Right now and today also, Mercury and the Sun are activating your Jupiter. Jupiter's about money. Jupiter's about abundance. Jupiter's about expansion, right? Yeah, I love, it's so helpful. I did a deep dive. Today, literally, we're in gate 16 in the 4th line, which is your exact Jupiter. So you're like, I need help. What I love about this for you is that you lean towards the exaltation of this placement. So I'll read to you a little bit. I have my little, this is the most helpful thing ever. I don't know if you guys have this, but like, get you a book stand if you're a nerd like me, which I think a lot of you are, respectfully. The line of the leader. So the skill to recognize and support the talents of others, enthusiasm for / and service to higher goals. That's what you lean towards. Hey, Hav, how are you? So how do you feel like you want to be a leader? Being a partner, saying yes to the partnership is a great way that's supportive of that. Gate 16 is also a Gemini gate placement, more acutely known as the gate of selectivity. So we're all feeling this energy of being more selective, like who and what and where and how do we want to invest ourselves, the company we keep, and literally the company that we invest ourselves in. So there's a great way to be leaning into that today and right now. With what you had said, also trying to match up being both creative by encouraging other creatives and being an architect, I would start just simply by, because again, projectors, this is the thing, and I'm gonna look at you when I say this, that it's normal to want to do many different things. But what happens is that you are environmentally around 70% of the population that's generators and manifesting generators that are doing it even in alignment or out of alignment, a little bit like headless chickens. So what you want to prevent yourself from doing is saying, it's my career and I want it now. You're going to have it, right? If you have the desire, it's already yours. That's just the law of attraction in that way, right? The law of the desire, the universe putting that desire on your heart. But what happens is get yourself set up in the routine of being an architect and being a partner, because that's a different level of success, right? And then add on bite-sized ways that you can encourage other creatives and doing both at the same time. So when you kind of scale it back, like if I'm thinking about this just of kind of what I clairvoyantly see for you, because I'm a little bit psychic, if you guys don't know that, is like really the in-person stuff. I don't know if you work full-time or even in-person fully with your architecture job, but that dial is going to be turned up a little bit more. Thank you, Sandra. Welcome. But you want to think about meeting yourself what you're at with that shorter window of time. Oh, full-time in person. Okay, yeah. It's funny because, so my step-grandfather just passed away about a month ago now, month and a half ago. And he was an architect and a little bit girl. Yeah, I know. Just a tad, just a smidgen. And then you run scale medium designs at night. Yes, exactly. I would love to see like, where would you host a community? And like, for me, like I never thought I was going to do Patreon, right? Like I just responded as a good manifesting generator that is an A+ student, right? Because I'm like that. Like I was like, oh, you guys want that? Let me just create it for my people. And that's how it's going to work, right? I'm not going to create it solely out of what I want to do. However, I will say that for projectors, you guys almost operate a little bit more as the opposite, where you're like, I am a Taurus projector. I don't want to do shit when I get home, right? Like I know that I'm doing skull medium designs, but like I have to think about if I only have like 30 minutes tag teaming, working together as a projector, this is what I got, right? So next Wednesday, I think instead of doing human design hotline on YouTube live, we're actually going to do one of my body doubling sessions that I do during the day. If you're around, come to that and see how you like it, to see if that's a sample of something that feels sustainable for you. Maybe you just we jump into a Zoom room, right? My community wants to do self-discovery. Oh, okay, I love that. Okay, so you already know. Okay, I love that. So when you think about that, yeah, absolutely. Like, where can you make it as a 1-3, right? From 1-1-3 to another, even though our energy types are different, where can you make it something that's a little bit more sacred for you? Hi, Darian. That feels like the container is more sacred is the best way that I can describe it, right? So it's like, I see you more, even though you're a self-projected projector, don't feel like you have to make it the pressure to constantly fill up space with talking. I am constantly talking just because I literally have a plug from my gut to my throat with the Pure Manifesting Generator channel. You have that too, right? The throat is activated. You're a self-projected projector. But what feels, and even in me saying that, I know you can, I'm just giving you the baton. You'll know. Yeah, I know. You'll know. Absolutely, Angel. The link is open. So whenever you're ready, I'm here for the evening. Hi, Kianna. And I'd be happy to help and just share like whatever it is. I know a little tiny bit of what you shared in the comments, but if there's anything else that you want me to talk about, I'm happy to do that. But in the last minute that we're together, Sabrina, really focusing on what feels like it's adding on. Yes, the link's in my bio. It's Brenna Keeley /links. It's going to show you a little alert that basically says like, are you sure you want to leave? Because TikTok wants to keep you here, but you're coming back anyway. You're not really leaving. So that you can sign up and then come back. It's it'll say TikTok live reading, sign up in the little square with me strutting in the background, just my little video. So you'll know what I'm talking about. That sounds crazy to say it without the visual, but you'll see. But yeah, Skel, just to drive it home and solidify it for you before I bring up Krystle's chart and pivot over to Krystle, really thinking about, okay, I know that this is my day-to-day, these are my responsibilities. I already have my community. They're bought in for whatever it is that I'm connecting with them for, right? Being a creative, holding other creative people accountable. Now it's a way that feels like the next logical step that's going to add another layer of structure, insulation to this house that I'm building that is my business. So is it that I go on YouTube live or TikTok live or Instagram live? Is it a live session even? Is it that I post a video with a timer of myself working and I post it after the fact? intuitively it feels like it's more of a live thing, right? So maybe that also is like, oh, I'm holding the container. It's, yeah, okay, I love that. Yes, and listen, I'm sharing because I'm also a 1-3, also split definition, and also have the 1-8 channel. So we have a lot of things, even though our process as energy types is different, I'm using the overlap of things that I've literally done myself that I'm also successful at, that I can share with you too, that I know work for your design because it literally works for my design. That's the only channel that you have connected to your, connecting your G center and your throat as a channel of inspiration. Yeah, absolutely. I also did a deep dive on that channel on YouTube already. So if you want to check that video out too, just for some more creative ideas, I'll give you that baton as well. But thank you so much. It's so nice to see you. And I love this like new revitalization of your handle too, which is exciting. Let me see. And I have beautiful Krystle here. Oh my gosh, Krystle, I feel like I haven't seen you in so long. I hope everything is going well, and that's normal. Hi, yo, how are you? Don't feel guilty when I say that. I know you can sometimes feel guilty, but that's just the way life is. Some of my best friends, I talk to them once every 6 months. They're also my fellow 1-3s. Let me see, so let me go down. Yeah, I'm good. How's everything with your dad? Oh my gosh. My dad moved in with me since I spoke to most of you last, so my dad's living with me now. Hi, Moonflower. Hello. Let's see. So I'm going to look through my chart here. I think I should have. I know I have your chart. Here, I'll put it at the top. Yeah, a little bit, yeah, but still alive. Yeah, that's always good. Hello. Aw, thank you, Sabrina. I appreciate that. So my dad has, for those of you who don't know, before I pivot over to Krystle, a version of Parkinson's called progressive supranuclear palsy. And so it's shortened to PSP, but it's really, I mean, my dad has like 8 or 9 Virgo placements, so there's a lot you could say about that overlap too, and just like the cerebral aspect of it. But yeah, he's doing well for what his condition is, thank God, and responding well to medication. But you know, it's always just like dealing with like that part, and I'm 31 and it's Saturn return and astrology, and also like navigating that at this point in my life and not having like traditional family support is also interesting. So I have a lot of respect, Krystle, or Sabrina, excuse me, for you. Maybe Krystle, I said your name is a Freudian slip, and Megan, I see you booked right after. So I'll start in a minute, so I have a minute of buffer time to input Megan's chart before we start. And again, this doing housekeeping, this is going to be recorded, and I do. This is going to be recorded and on YouTube. I do have Saturn in Pisces, so just towards the end, right at like right when it was ending, was when this kind of all came to a head. So I was like, just gate 20, or 29. I say gate 29 degree going out with a bang, and then it retrogrades back into Pisces. So we'll see. But like, I have Pisces conjunct my sun, so it's not like I'm not familiar with that like challenge, right? So you know, I'll put that as an aside. But I always like to share because it's not like I'm not without my shit too. I just find joy in what I do, so it's not hard for me to like make time to do what I love for my business and get on here, because it's not stressful for me. It's like a healthy relief of my work. So I always try to find ways to help people be able to facilitate that same thing, because I know it's not like any of us got it easy. We just handle our stress in different levels, you know, at any given time. So with that being said, again, to my beautiful Krystle here, what I went automatically to, and what I thought of right before we were pivoting, because I always start to pour into my person before I start reading for them, half hour into the recording for the minute marker to go back, is your gate 29 Leo moon. So in the time that we've been apart, I have talked a lot about gate 29, and it's basically the gate of the yes person. So something to me, or there's something intuitively that I'm also picking up on, of like really choosing another layer of refinement of who you are saying yes to and why you're saying yes to them. That also can include yourself. So like, where are you saying yes to yourself? Where are we maybe getting into some like self-indulgent behaviors? Like what feels like, yeah, I know I've been saying yes to myself a lot. Like maybe I should be saying no to myself, because saying no is actually better. I'm not cheating myself of joy, but maybe like saying yes to this thing impulsively, Aries, doesn't always feel, hi Ellington, like it's the best thing for me. Also, right, hello, I have to watch Bones. I have to. You mentioned it so much, I'm like, I have it on my list. Yeah, also Aquarius Venus, which you talked about too, right? I feel like there's this, you know, you it's natural for you to expand and contract. I go in, I'm with my people, then I'm out, I'm in and I'm out. And maybe there's some way that you can kind of get to an equilibrium, because we also had your North Node in Taurus that's been activated a little bit at this time. I think that like emotionally, I know that we've talked about in different levels that it's always a bit like this for you, right? And a bit maybe even, there's also 13 people in the live and your birthday's on the 13th. So 13 and 31, 3,100 likes, it just switched. So all the 13s, 31s back and forth, like somewhat of a, okay, we know that we have the propensity to be a little bit emotionally dysregulated more than the average person. From the lens of human design, like we know what it is doctorally, right? Like professionally from doctors in your life. I'm not a doctor, right? Hi, Toby. But when we're looking at this from an astrological human design perspective, as I'm looking at your chart, it's like, I know, hello, that it's always going like this. So if I know that the waves are coming, I keep thinking Beyonce is like surfboard, like where's your surfboard? Like, how are you getting, yeah, Krystle, how are you getting, there was this place in Jersey that we always used to go to. So my dad, we didn't have regular sleds. We had the flying saucers and we had a toboggan, which is like an OG sled. And so we would get the surf wax, which was called Schmex wax, I'll say, because I don't know what I can say and transfer, whatever. And we would like, you know, use it on the bottom of the surfboard of the toboggan, right? So it's like, I know that also the movie Blue Crush. I don't know why all these surfing metaphors or the wave emojis coming up for me, Krystle, but I'll just say that anyway. My psychic friends in the chat can probably confirm. But it's like, you know that the wave is coming. You see it. You know that you kind of can predict. You have a gate 5 like I do. I know, right? It's so good. Now I'm going to watch it again. I'm finishing Twilight today. But it's like, we know this, gate 5, there's a routine. Not only do you have gate 5, but you have gate 5 on your personality side, which means that it's something that you know in your forward awareness. So it's like, I know that when I treat myself, right, too much, I'm going to have to do a little cleanup on aisle 3, right? Like there's some things that kind of have to happen where I know what I'm getting into. I may not like the outcome, but also the outcome is familiar. And even though it's messy, I still know that I can clean it up. But like, do I actually want to do that as I transition into this next 5-year, 10-year, like decade of my life that's more pivotal, like more grounded? I want it to be more grounded. And maybe there's other things that I didn't originally think or thought that I desired as a manifester, but maybe there's new things that now that I'm in a level of stability in one way, it's like almost this intuitively, it feels like there is a level of knowing what it's like and your nervous system being born and raised on instability, where like once you start to put yourself in a position where you do get more stability, you're bored. So then it can create this kind of cycle. It's probably for more than one person here. Left angle cross of confrontation is like you throw a hissy fit when you don't get your way when you want it. Hi, good karma, how are you? So respectfully, right? Because I have a lot of you that have that. We are all guilty of that in some way, shape, or form. Just make sure that it serves your best interest and to not upset the apple cart of the things that you've already planted. Hello, it's good to see you. How are you? I'm looking back and forth at my dual monitor setup here. Oh, yeah. Oh, so you're on my website, Angel. So if you go back out, go to the link, like go back to my homepage, go to Brenna Keeley. Yes, Krystle, I know. Listen, I love you. I'm giving you the wax, girl, right? I'm not letting you raw, you know what, it yourself down the mountain of snow, right? I'm like, we're not going to let you be, you know, ice on ass here. we're riding the toboggan together. I got you, right? But it for me, right, Angel, I'll pivot in a second. I'll actually, after I'm finished with Krystle in like about 5 minutes, I'll walk you through it so it's easier. Just so when Krystle's listening back to this, she doesn't get whiplash from trying to listen back and forth. So thank you for hanging tight. But yeah, it's like as a mentor, I take my job very seriously. So I feel like I'm not here to share the message. There are plenty of people, you can go on a ton of people's lives that are psychic mediums, that are, you know, astrologers, and they'll tell you what feels good for you, right? But I'm like, they're not the ones that are there with you laying down while you're on the battlefield and you know, your arm is broken or whatever. Like, I'm putting on the tourniquet. I'm not the one that's going to be like, oh my God, I don't like this, my nails, and run away. That's not who I am, right? Like, I have parts, you know, I do my nails, but like, I'm still willing to get my hands dirty. So for me, I'm doing you a disservice if I don't. And I know you know that, right? But I think it's also probably part of that you feel too, right? I think that there's ways that as a manifester woman, right, or a female presenting manifester, for most people who are female presenting manifestors, there's more of this, also this feels a little channeled for Toby too, but I think a lot of you ladies will understand, like, suppression of rage and anger, and not feeling like it was safe for you to be able to share the full spectrum of your emotions, so it hemorrhages out in other places. It's alchemy, right? I was thinking about this when I was washing my hands at my kitchen sink earlier, and I think it also applies for you here, Krystle, which is why I was mentioning it. And it's like alchemy. In order to get the life we want, right? Yes, exactly. It's not, yes, I know exactly what it's like to not receive emotions. It's dangerous. It's scary. You could get yourself really effed up, right? If you don't take the time to compartmentalize, especially as a fire moon. It's so funny because I keep saying that, like, J.G. Wentworth, it's my money and I want it now. Like, it's mine and I want it now. Like, insert your, you know, noun or whatever it is, you know, there. Like, insert that word. It's your what and you want it now. Okay, you can have it, but in order for us to get to where we're going, we have to make room and let something go so the good things can take its place, right? So what is that? It's funny because I also want to use the word transference, but what does that alchemy look like for you? Maybe it is like, on the other side of me evolving or being able to ask for what I want, I need to let go of being afraid of using my voice in some way. Because again, you're a manifestor. You have a motor center connected to your root automatically. So there is that desire. You know, again, I'm not a doctor, but if we don't use our throats as manifestors and speak well, that's when the adrenal fatigue, the PCOS, those kinds of things can start to stack up in that direction. You know, chronic fatigue because adrenal fatigue, right? Like, there's a lot of things that we can say. You know, paying attention to that is important. So, I'm also seeing a lot of red for you. I don't know if that also is more with the anger thing, but that also to me means to look at your root chakra and grounding. Let me specifically read to you because you're gate 41 in the 4th line in its detrimented state. So your disposition for your values is to lean towards correction. So the successful adaptation to limitation, the expenditure of energy on maintaining relationships rather than on correction. Who are you not high trick? Who are you not correcting? Who needs to be put in their place that you're afraid to for some reason? I guarantee you that you being direct, people think of that as a normal effing statement. Hello. Like, it's not as electric as you may think. It's not as like, fuck you, as you may think in your mind, right? Like, you may be thinking that, but the appearance doesn't portray that. So I think also knowing that you have that in your benefit is important. Yeah. Trying to make, yeah, I can imagine. It feels like, get the gunk out is what I heard. And I don't use that word very often, but gunk is just a funny word. But like gunky, like that kind of feels like sludge. It feels like, what was the movie I was just watching? Oh, the movie Constantine. I don't know if you've seen that, but that also just came up. Yeah, the energy which fuels holding on to feelings rather than adapt. Hi, Twadiki. Yeah, adapt and overcome. It's like, you have an undefined root chakra like I do. I'm just going to show your chart for a second before I pivot back to chat with you guys. So when we are taking an energy from other people in a human design body graph, we take it in from the root first. So yeah, right. I love that. That's so funny, Ellington. We don't have a first line of defense, right? That's so funny. There you go. That's hilarious. Yeah. Oh my God, Krystle. Yeah. I just had that convo with my boss today about how I come off. There you go. Literally. So first with that root chakra, it's like, whew, I feel this. I have no immediate buffer to my root chakra that tells me to stop or how to regulate my emotions about it. Intuitively, I already know, defined, what I'm supposed to do. I'm not going to let that change my sense of worthiness fully, deep at my core, or how I make my money, my identity, or what I end up saying. But I may not be end up saying as much as I want to or how much I want to, because I'm afraid of what other people will think about it and what that will do to my psyche, right? So I just kind of walked you through a quick circular circuitry motion of your undefined to your defined center. So we're about 50 minutes into this recording. So that's the point, jump scare, that you can look back at that. So yeah, hello, 2 times in one day. Oh, that's hilarious, Trick. I love that. That's amazing. There is a woman that thank you, Krystle. Yeah, Constantine literally revealed new abilities of water. I love that. That's hilarious. Yeah, thank you. I mean, listen, like it's always a little bit of channeling at the same time. Toby, I also thought of you 2 days ago to text you and I haven't. So you're in my mind, on my mind, all at the same time. But yeah, so I'm going to leave it there to pivot over to Megan, because of course I'm a certified yapper. And so, Megan, okay, yeah, so I already have your chart, so that makes it easier. There we go. Yeah, absolutely. It's good to see you. I hope your kids are well too. What was I gonna say? But yeah, Krystle, don't sleep on yourself. Like, I feel like you have that tendency in a lot of ways, and you're like, I'm effing sick and tired of being sick and tired. Like, you literally are like, I can't do it anymore. Meg, I'm gonna bring up your birth chart so I can look at what your, I actually can look at your midheaven anyway, but I just feel like doing it, so I'm gonna do it. January is already there. And then again, this is gonna be recorded so you guys can watch it on YouTube. And I'll put the minute markers, no later than tomorrow night. So Megan was asking, before I forget to do this, hi Chelsea, there you go. I wanted to share with Angel. So Angel, when you click on my name, like out of this live, I forget if it's on the bottom or at the top. Hi Dana. Click on my name. And then on my TikTok menu, there's a specific link that says Brenna Keeley /links. That's the one you want to click on, not my actual website. That takes you to a special page in a menu where it's going to be black and white. It's a video of me walking across the street in New Jersey in the background. And there's a specific white rectangle that will say something like TikTok live mini reading sign up. That's the rectangle you want to click on, not my actual like BrennaKeeley.com, but BrennaKeeley.com /links is the one that it's going to say. It should be the first one that you'll see there. So let me know again if you have any trouble, and then I can show the visual on my computer. That can also help. So, yeah, but before I yap away too much for beautiful Megan here, who's a part of our Manifestor Patreon general, but I would like to know more about my midheaven and how that will come through for me. So what I love for your chart also, with your midheaven being retrograde, but at 4 degrees, and then it's not a direct conjunction, 5 degrees is the window for that, but your black moon Lilith is also in Taurus, at 29 degrees. So your north node, 4 degrees, then we get your black moon Lilith, and at 29 degrees, you have a 29 degree MC like I do. So we know we're here to do something, right? Like this is like I call it the death rattle degree. It's also called an anaretic degree in astrology, where it's like I have to do this before I die. Like I'm gonna go, like life isn't meant forever. So that's why we also put so much stress on ourselves to learn all that we can about that placement. What I will also say to you, is that there is an element of, there's a reason that our MC, right, and our IC, which is the high CSR, our IC, where career is opposite family. How many times in movies have you seen that the career for people, they spend long hours at the office, they're there forever, and their family has a problem with it? They sit opposite each other in the zodiac. You guys ever think about that? So it's like, oh, astrologically, we also see this trope play out. It's not just in movies of the detective that stays at work all night long, but there's alchemy, again, that comes with that. Either am I career driven, that's okay, and it's okay that it's opposite family. Am I going to create balancing of those scales? Or do I feel like this is a time, a reason, and a season where my 10th house feels like it needs to be a little bit more activated? With, frankly, we just left Taurus season, so your North Node at 4 degrees, your Black Moon Lilith at 25 degrees, your MC right in between the 9th and the 10th house, as it is, at 29 degrees. We're going to be feeling that. What was I going to say? I feel like also, because of everything that you're doing with the apothecary, like somewhat of infusing it more, like yourself more into it. So maybe it's your face more, talking on screen more. Taurus rules the throat, right? Like all of the Taurus gate placements, including the ones that you have for a couple of your placements, but are sitting in the throat center, in the throat chakra. So how can you use your words to speak, your ears to hear? I don't know. I feel like that's from something, but I can't remember right now. But there's activation here. There's news here. Bye, Rose. See you soon. Where it's like, I want to hear you speaking more. Even if you're not comfortable sitting and talking on the camera yet, can you do a voiceover? Can you read what you're writing on camera so people can hear your voice more? Taurus is ruled by Venus. It's Venusian. It's aesthetic. Right. And that's fine. And you know that, right? But I think that maybe there's a balance of, you're getting there, so get the gunk out, right? As I said to Krystle, before you stress yourself out about feeling like you have to be there already. Because what happens, right, especially with Aries and Gemini season, is that there's this overload, right, of being like, where am I going? Why am I going in this direction? What's happening, right? What was I just gonna look at? This did something wrong here. Hold on. Oh, it put you at PM and not AM. I was like, why is your rising sign not right? So to me, I think you are, though, a Taurus MC, right? If I'm not mistaken, because we're opposite, or are we the same? Hold on. There we go. Okay, so flipping the script of what I said. That could also be true. But yeah, wounds around the throat center with 3rd house. Okay, I'm glad I caught that. And you're at 29 degrees of Scorpio, so not so different from the energy, although the degree is different. So yeah, for you, yeah, leaning into it, like our magnetism is part of our superpower. Because I was like, wait, you're an Aquarius rising like I am. How is that flip-flopped? I'm glad I caught that. Yeah, Scorpio 29 degrees in the 9th. So I have it here. So yeah, January 21st, 86. I have 8:20 a.m. and it puts me, for me, okay, it's 28 degrees, 33 seconds. It could be bumping you up if rounding up in some other places, but I see 28 degrees. But yeah, 3rd house, throat wound communication, exactly, right? Like it's for you also, and I know we talked about this a lot, Megan, it's like, I'm afraid to be seen. It's unsafe to be heard, right? Like people don't like me when I share what I have to say because it makes them uncomfortable, even if it's true, right? Yeah, so we're the same, yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. Wait, there you go. I literally just corrected someone in management space who isn't backing their staff. Yeah, listen, we need more of that. That's also what the Taurus stuff can help. Hi BBS, welcome. Yeah, so the level that I'll go deeper with you, Meg, too, with the MC, right? So for you and I, right? I know you feel that to a core level, Ellington. For you and I, Meg, it's like the deep detective work, like the deeper layers, hey Tiara, of like, where are we uncovering every last rock that has to be turned out, Scorpio, happy Thursday, to get to where we need to go. Like I am going to, yeah, low-key bossy, high-key bossy, but I love that because I have so much Scorpio on the other side of it. I'm a bossy bitch too. Like I know that about myself. I'm so type A and need things to go that like my certain way. We don't need Meg and I, right, Aquarius risings with our placements, our charts being set up the same. Yay, Angel. Okay, perfect. Thank you. I like to pretend it's low key, right? You're like, I'm nice about it. For Scorpio, I'm like, the stinger is there. You see it. You saw it coming. You know it's coming. It doesn't look pretty. Maybe it's cute. Yes, matriarchy energy. Yes, 1000%. But like, for Meg and I too, with that, it's like, there's part of us that's bossy, right? Yes, exactly. Now, not later is so true. Your Scorpio Mars as well is like you almost healing your words through your actions. You're like, do as I say, end as I do, or do as I do, and then I'll tell you by saying it later, right? It's like the actions have to come first because that's what people are watching more, especially for you as a manifestor, where like, you can't be bothered to be restricted by other people. I got a North Node reading, and the one thing, I love her. Her name's Dara Dubonnet. She's a projector. She's amazing. She's so funny. She lives in, she's from New Jersey as well. Was born where my aunt and uncle live in New Jersey, and I talked to her a couple times. But I did her like North Node video, and something that she said for us, yeah, 1000%. I love that. I love that. Is prepare for the spiritual rumblings. And so what's happening for you and I right now is that Pluto is retrograde on our ascendant. So there's this transformation in how we're perceived, how we show up. For me, it's like, I have to be honest about the fact that like, I'm taking care of my dad, right? The Scorpio parts of me historically would have been like, no, like, I'll just keep that private. Like, it doesn't really affect anyone, but I'm going to have to change things around right now as I adjust to this new normal that my dad lives with me and I'm taking care of him or helping him. He doesn't need like full care like that, but it's something in my home, you know, Taurus 4th house for you, it's more so push to your 3rd house, that's affecting perception, right? So it's like, I need to be transparent about that adjustment so that people know what's going on. Hi, sages, how are you? That affects that those have each other, right? That relationship, that kissing. So basically, you know, prepare for the spiritual rumblings is like, even when things are good, that placement, Scorpio MC 28 degrees, is aware, 29 degrees, is aware of the waiting for the other shoe to drop always. And so we don't take life for granted. So again, it's like every stone, no stone left unturned. Like, I know that, hello, likewise. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. It's knowing that, you know, at some point, like, I'll sleep when I'm dead sort of thing. Like, I know that I'm going to keep going. I have the energy because I know that life is so precious that that's a big part of how it will manifest. And I think that intuitively, but personally, professionally, the things that I know about you, especially because I see you more than just here and Patreon too, like, you have to allow yourself to be seen and heard, right? Sages is also a manifestor too. So it's like that throat chakra, there's so much healing that comes through there. Maybe you talk a lot about herbal throat tinctures as well, like things that heal, Reiki for the self-Reiki for the throat, right? Like that can also be something that you guys consider. But also for you in terms of like your work, I would strongly encourage you to do that too. Oh, there you go, my system. Yeah. Oh, yes, Marianne. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you. I just realized, I was like, okay, let me put 2 and 2 together. My fellow Jersey girl. I'm so glad. Thank you so much. Yeah, you have amazing energy. Amazing energy. 29 degree Scorpio MC. Gate 29 is a Leo gate placement. I forget the degrees. I'm working on memorizing them in my I should do this, my 1-3 fashion. Leo, gate 29 of Leo is 24 to 0 degrees, or 24 to 29 degrees of Leo, 0 degree Virgo. So, oh yeah, okay, there you go. Yeah, there you go. I like to think the random ones you remember. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Super, super, super helpful. And thank you, Angel, for being gracious as I went over just because I started late for Megan here. So I'll pause there, Megan. You know where to find me. Obviously, you're on Patreon, so you have access to that. Just send me a quick note because I can also send you a picture of a book that I have about Scorpio midheavens that I also like. So just send me a note so I don't forget to do that. Send me maybe a DM via Instagram so that we have that too. And then I'll give you some reading material. But thank you. as I pull up Angel's reading. And remember, I'm going to keep saying this so you guys don't forget that these are recorded and they're posted on my YouTube channel if you want to subscribe to me there too. And then I'll put the minute markers between today and tomorrow so that you can also scroll ahead, and then the information that I give you won't change unless I'm like channeling for something specific at the moment, which is usually always woven in a little bit. Let me see. Oh, another Sag. I love this. Krystle and you were born a few years apart, but also both December babies. Sure, I have that. Noon. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, sounds good. Good karma. I appreciate that, guys. Her readings are wonderful. Oh, I'm screenshotting that. Thank you so much. Yeah, no stone left unturned. Hi, Mo. I gotta do it because we only got one life in this body. I ain't coming back with the shit that I did this lifetime. Don't make me do this shit a second round, right? I'm not doing that. To the point, beautiful angel. I own a business that drains me. I found out I'm a projector. How validating was that? Beautiful Mo as well. Which makes so much sense, but not feeling clear on how to honor it that will produce money. Single mom, I feel you. I'm feeling unclear how to be seen when I want to isolate and not be on socials. That's good data, right? So yeah, exactly. Never coming back. Exactly. That tells me that if you were to force yourself to be online, and also I went right to it, gate 46. I'm like, gate 46 doesn't matter. Socials are going to come secondary. It's like when people ask you for them and there's a high enough of a demand where you know that there's a reason to activate them. Yeah, exactly. But you don't have to. Gate 46, whenever I see that on somebody's chart, you do best when you can meet people in person. They can feel you. You can hold their hand. You can shake their hand. And there's that energy. Also, Aries moon, you like it to be quick, right? I got people to love me very fast. I get that quick validation. Super helpful. I also attract a lot of Aries moons, Aries third house, Black Moon, Lilith, and Aries. I'm going to start off actually by reading to you from the Book of Destinies, which I do a lot. I highly recommend this. Yeah, exactly. In public, I'm a people magnet. Exactly. And so look at like local communities, local business improvement districts. That's big in like larger cities. I used to be a part of one in Brooklyn when I worked there for music. But I'm going to read to you about your Rainbow Cross of Eden because this will be helpful. Paul McCartney, Donald Trump, jump scare, Steffi Graf, Eddie Cibrian all have the same incarnation cross. So it's interesting. We know how to use our powers for different circumstances, I shall say. So Rainbow Cross of Eden too. Your life theme is to delve deeply into the full array of emotional experiences, carrying with you throughout your life the light that accompanied you at birth. In your heart, you hold a memory of how life can be so full of love, yet in your reality, you are constantly challenged by a less than perfect and sometimes harsh world. Painful childhood experiences where people shocked you with their lack of integrity have left you with the hunger to return to a place of wholeness and love. You may seek this love through emotional and sexual intimacy with others, only to be disappointed that these are but temporal experiences that do not fulfill the longing in your soul. Oh, there we go. Wait, it just walked. Hi, Mirrorback. So deep is the longing in your soul that you can take on a lifetime's journey of finding your way back to the garden and that place of love, light, and intelligence you sense exists on some level. Your search might take you on travels, into and out of relationships, through career changes and living situations, and to all manner of life experiences until you finally discover this wonderland that you so earnestly seek is and always had been inside you. When you come to that realization and find a place of deep peace within yourself, you have returned to Eden, and from there you can share your light and joy with others. You need to be cautious sometimes in expressing your insights, and it's not that you fail to know what is relevant and worth expressing. It is more that you become increasingly aware of your effect that your words have on people. Sometimes you say things that reveal situations that others aren't facing and do not want to consider. I'm going to pause there because that's really good business data, right? So we know, and you know this data where you are aware intuitively as a projector, right, that what you desire isn't working. It could be successful, but it's draining to you. You have an undefined G center in human design. I'm just going to pivot so you can see what I'm looking at as I say this, because that's going to be helpful, because you're a creative person like me, and the visual helps, right? So having an undefined G center, you really are the people that think about, who do I want to be 5 years from now, right? How do I embody who I want to be in 5 years? And so what does that look like, right? When you think about 5 months, 5 years, 5 weeks, if you could snap your fingers and have your ideal career come to you, let's consider that, right? So if you're comfortable sharing, because you said not feeling clear on how to honor it that will produce money. I'm really good at helping people activate this, right? I'll say this. We both have Gate 54. You have the full channel here, which is a desire to make money, but more importantly, growing out of the economic class that you were born into, for lack of a better way to say it. That's not nothing, right? So how can we refine? Like if you were to talk about like the realm or the thing that interests you that you want to make money in, I just need a word or a vocabulary word, and then I can help give you some practical advice, because I'm really big on that, of where to at least start in a bite-sized way. What you already know, which is more than half the battle, right? Which I told you this via comments, is that you know that it's draining, you're aware of it, you know that in person you're a people magnet. So where do the people exist that when I naturally share, also very Leo North node of you, when I naturally want to share what it is that I'm here to do, right? People can't help but want to be loyal, but want to be on my team. Live vicariously through you. Also as a 3-5, I can imagine too that you also have some fellow single moms, right? Maybe young moms that you kind of manage, educate. Also with your Gate 11 personality sun, you're a really big idea generator for other people as well. So you may not realize how much you say, I think now you do, it has an impact on other people, but like, there's a book called Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. I don't know if you read it, but the concept is that, and she tells the story at the beginning of her book, checking my time, in case there's any, okay, no one booked right after, but 2 minutes, where she had this idea for a book, and she went to a symposium or basically a fancy meeting with a bunch of authors who pitched their books, and her friend had pitched the exact same storyline. It was just a different time period, a different main character, and I think they lived in a different location, but it was the exact same book. And so the idea was that if you don't start taking action on your goals and what you want to do, the analysis paralysis is normal. The functional freeze is normal, especially today if your basic needs aren't being met and you know that there's certain things that you need to do to keep food on the table and in your baby's mouth as a single mom. That's so valid. But it's like, how do we refine what's the funnel for how you know that you can get more bang for your buck with that limited energy that you do have as a projector. So, again, in person, I would just say, words to the effect of like, if you are, say, looking to do my little puzzle. Hold on. Gotta lock in. There we go. Yoga retreats. I'll say that. Okay, well, do the free classes, the free first class for every yoga studio in your area. Or maybe you do a 3-pack class pass, and maybe they have something for a discount for entrepreneurs. I don't know. Thinking in those terms, naturally, when you stay to socialize after, when you're putting your shoes back on or allowing yourself to come back into the world after Shavasana, there's going to be natural communication, right? Maybe instead of that, maybe you find that people are a little bit more active or a little bit more chatty with you when you're at a Saturday event during the day. That's not a yoga class, but maybe it's the local farmer's market. And there's your ideal client that would be in that kind of space for how you want to help people. What I really love for you too is that you have single definition and you're also an emotional authority. So yeah, okay, yeah, absolutely. Okay, yeah, I understand. Listen, I promise I'm really good at giving good structure to that. So you will leave there with an action plan of here's where you want to go. Here's who you need to call. Scorpio MC, all my Scorpio, I'm really good at being a detective for finding the right people of who you need to contact. I'm like, okay, you live in this area, here's, the Chamber of Commerce, go there, things along those lines. So, any questions, whenever you're ready, you know where to find me. And I think that honestly, hi Maalia, there will be a huge push for that. When I moved out of where I'm from in New Jersey and into Pennsylvania, there were so many more communities and pockets of people that were doing so much more in person than I even realized, even though I also astrocartography, I moved to my North Node line, but historically, logically, it should have made more sense that I would have gotten more business in New Jersey. I'm good, thank you, how are you? But in Pennsylvania, it worked out more for me too, because there were more people where like there's a call to be in communion with the land and communion with the environment and not be locked in all the time. So those things do exist. That it's just like when we put blinders on for what we think we have to do versus opening them up for what's possible, that's where we can kind of get ourselves stuck. And that's also like, you know, law of attraction, integrating that mindset is helpful. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Listen, I'm in a rural area as well. So I'll teach you some tricks in the trade, for some places that'll also look. Just one thing I can give you off the top of my head is like certain barns, or people who own farmland will do like yoga on the farm. So that's where we can find fellow people who are, you know, interested in spiritual mindset community. So look at barns in your local area. You'll be surprised, right? There's a reason that a lot of wealthy people, Jeffree Star included, are moving out to Montana, right? Like, people do exist in rural areas. One of my photographers that I hired for an event lives part-time in Maine and part-time in rural Montana, almost to Idaho. So I'll leave you with that. For the last like half hour or so that I'm on, I'll probably head out in a half hour. I do have a couple spots left, so if you guys want to book while you're here for a 10-minute reading, it's $12 and it's recorded and put on YouTube. So feel free, I'm gesturing to my calendar right now to book that. If not, I'm open for any questions in between or until somebody books. If you guys have any questions about being a projector, you know, anything related to human design or astrology, the astrology of the day, we're in a gate 16 transit with the sun and Mercury, and there's 16,000 likes. Thank you guys so much right now. So there you go. Yeah, I love the rural area, especially as a projector, quiet and peaceful. Yes, like our cities are sick right now. I was telling a couple of my friends, one of my friends in particular was living in Manhattan, and she was really struggling with the idea of moving. And I was like, the city is not the same. Yeah, Maalia, exactly. The city is not the same. I don't know what's gonna happen. Hi, Orion. With our peripherals, but like there just seems like there's a lot of like I, as an Aquarius rising, I just felt, and we felt, because my fiance is an Aquarius sun, and we're both Aquarius Mercury, is that we needed to make the move without really knowing why. It just felt energetically right to be, as a way to keep us further grounded, to be of service to our people, right? So like, I think of it now, right? My dad needing to move in with me, and if we still stayed in New Jersey and we're still taking our time to find a house and in a 1-bedroom apartment, like that would be like really difficult, right? It was difficult enough with just the two of us, and he also works from home. So, you know, it just, we don't know, but just trusting our intuition is always helpful. Yeah, thank you so much. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It's so helpful. I'm a good balance of both. So yeah, I recommend. Is it worth it spending time in the North Node line in local space astrocartography? So I find it to be helpful. I think that I struggle with it in the same way that some people struggle with it with their Saturn, where I feel this need to like always kind of have to be on in a certain capacity. Hi, Michaela, which has always kind of been my struggle personally, just because of who I am as a person and my placements. But I do find that like it would be helpful for a certain period of time, or just connecting with people that do live here, right? So like if or on your North Node line, so wherever your North Node line, tongue twister, runs through the world. But yeah, I definitely feel like the recognition here. I am also a late degree North Node, so I feel like it's also that bumping up against my MC that like creates even more. Hi, Rory, how are you? Hi, Zahria, how are you? It's so nice to connect with you. Hello. I put your reading. Hi, Rory. Happy belated to your baby. I just put your reading on my external hard drive, so I was thinking of you today. And I was also loving your Instagram and how gorgeous you are. I was also thinking of UGC content for you, like user-generated content, and like building a portfolio for that. I just have to say that. Oh, Augusto Espinoza. Espinoza is our family last name. Aw. Yeah, bye, Krystle. I know. It's good to see you. Thanks again for everything. Aw, keep up wonderful work. Thank you, and same to you. I'm screenshotting that for my memes. But thank you so much. I appreciate that, Krystle. Thank you for pouring into me to pour into you. Yeah, this town is on my moon line, but I've been experimenting with local space lines within that. I love that. How do you feel? How have you felt doing that? Yeah, oh, there you go, Maalia. Yes, oh, same. I have my North Node and on my MC at 29. There you go. I wonder if a lot of us end up having, I'll have to look when I pour into your guys' astrology too. If a lot of us have late degree placements that are in our 10th house or our MC, that would be cool to look at. I literally just bought a new card deck. Oh, and just looked at where the store was and it's North Node. Oh, I love that. I love that. That's amazing. Yeah, I think I don't use local space as much. It's funny. And I think that also has to do with the fact that like my sacral authority can only handle so much at a time. And I have to keep my squirrely undefined ajna like locked in. So I've been focusing a lot on, and I've been actually doing a lot of astrocartography readings behind the scenes. I just put up a very preliminary page on my website for astrocartography readings, but I've been consulting for a lot of retreat hosts. Yeah, no, I feel like for you, that's so worth it. I just say it to say that I am the undefined Ajna. Like I don't know enough beyond that to really hold a proper conversation. But yeah, I think for you, definitely helpful. But I was going to say, yeah, I've been doing a lot of, with two people recently that did astrocartography with me for a longer reading. We were talking about hosting their retreats and where to host them, and also being respectful of the land. Because so I have a friend of mine who is from Costa Rica, on DACA. She came here when she was 13 with her family. And so that's been a whole, thing in and of itself. And so long story short, we were talking about how there's a lot of people that will go to Costa Rica, but there's like not to live synonymously with the location, but like to create retreats in places like that because it's cheaper to host retreats there. Yeah, has been strange. I feel better when I'm directly on it. Yeah, I mean, that's good that you acknowledge that and can know that and like intuitively feel into that or east of it. I love that. Yeah, maybe some feng shui abagua would be helpful too. But yeah, like just being aware of like when you host retreats or are a retreat host or have a desire to do that, navigating the space that you're in respectfully too. Yeah, my moon is in the same sign as well as Cancer in my case. Oh yeah, there you go. So that's an interesting combo too. And it can really feel like I'm underwater, like I'm underwater. What's happening? Why am I going in this direction? What is up? That we just had Mars in Cancer as well. So there's an extra activation. Oh, what was I gonna look at? Hold on. If you look at the astrology of the day, I wanted to check the ephemeris too. Mars is in gate 4. Your sun sign, Rory, of Leo. So action on being seen. That makes sense. Yeah, it's like, oh, mine is Capricorn and that's Saturn energy. I remember that. Yeah, because you're a Cap rising, Cap moon on your ascendant. Yeah, Saturn energy is so frustrating, especially with Saturn and Aries now too. Like gate 25 is like, I'm good until I'm not. Oh, I'll actually read to you. You guys will appreciate the Chet and Parkin description of gate 25 with Saturn and Aries. I don't know if I have any Saturn and Aries folks here that have entered into Saturn return. It was funny. I had someone comment on one of my Saturn and Aries videos that was a Saturn and Pisces and was like, it's your turn now. And I was like, yeah, I get that. Real. Here you go. Oh, going the wrong way. So this is an excerpt from the book, Discover the Person You Are Meant to Be. It's a really good like snapshot at the gates in human design if you guys are interested in some extra reading material. A little bit lighter than the definitive book of human design. It's a little bit easier for consumption, especially if you're not looking to be a reader, but you just want like a good overview of like what the gates are. So gate 25, gate of the Spirit. I always interchange this with gate 55. Yeah, gate of the spirit of the self. He calls it the gate of innocence, probably for copyright reasons. But so gate 25, where our Saturn is right now. Yeah, Capricorn coast. Oh my God. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's like the world can just get its, yeah, can the world just get its stuff together? Yeah, so bad. Listen, if I had $1 a day, we'd all be billionaires. I'd be able to spread my abundance like Jeff Bezos. Okay, gate 25. So Saturn and Aries, what we're feeling right now. There is a gentle childlike innocence about you, which defies a life that is often complicated and demanding. You almost have a secret smile for adversity, because it's like that smirking emoji. I'm not gonna be able to do it. Because you have the deep trust that the universe will look after you and love will conquer all. As such, you can embrace the unexpected, knowing that you will come through. This is one of the 4 love gates. If you have the Vessel of Love Incarnation Cross, it's one of your gates, your Incarnation Cross. This is one of the 4 love gates, and you attune to a universal, unconditional form of love, which stands in the face of unexpected chaos and drama and keeps you growing wise. You interact with the world with honesty, truthfulness, and sincerity. How you express yourself is rarely premeditated and often comes with the innocence of a child, regardless of repercussions, and sometimes leaving your loving nature vulnerable to being taken advantage of by others. Your good virtue can forgive transgressions, but it doesn't forget them. You are a tender being who is susceptible to rude and obnoxious people, so avoid them if you can. Your innocence, which can be misinterpreted as reckless naivete, can't quite grasp why certain people have such a problem with life when love is all around. What is their problem is something you might often catch yourself saying if we had $1. For those who wish to offer a reply, they must be ready for your stock response. I hear you, but just trust in life. You might attempt healing in the world through your unwavering love and trust, but never underestimate your own need for recuperation when a challenge has been overcome. So that is where our Saturn is right now. And if you have gate 25 in your human design body graph, you're going to look at that diamond shape. I have to be careful, the symbols I throw up here. The diamond shape, it's going to be in that G center in the center of your chest. So if your Saturn is in Aries in an early degree, if you're late degree Pisces Saturn, you will see some overlap there. But now we are in Aries, Saturn and Aries territory for the passing of the baton. But it will be retrograde in Pisces in a couple months, I believe. I forget when. I haven't been paying attention to that and living in blissful sacral ignorance slightly in that transition. But yeah, I don't know. Do you guys want me to do a little channeling? September. Okay, thank you. Yes, okay, September. I love that. Do you guys want me to see who I can pick up on? You want to drop a word or an adjective, a noun, a person, place, or thing, and I can do some channeling based on what you give me some practice? That sounds good. That's just for free. This is just for fun. Give me something to respond to, and we could do some psychic channeling. Anything you guys want me to pick up on? Yeah, okay, Maalia. Yeah, you go first. Give me a word, girl. Purpose. Whenever I think of you, I see you sitting in a bed a lot. Quitting. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll go in order. So purpose for you, Maalia. I feel like I want to also say stuck between a rock and a hard place. I also picture like a dorm room. Like it's almost like not a traditional, no, don't apologize. I'll go in order. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I also see like, you know those nets that they put up? My parents had one for me when I was a kid and like rolling out of bed. Maybe your dreams being really active and not feeling like you're resting as much as you feel like you should be. Also having a little bit of a struggle with that. I would say for you, for purpose, like really focusing on, I think just starting to rip off the Band-Aid and take action. Something done at 50% is much better than hoping for 100% when that day actually comes through doing it on the days where you feel at 50% capacity. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Oh my God. Yeah, I just wrote, hi Josh. I just wrote the little tattoo. Okay. Yeah. I'm also drawing like a plus sign. I feel like maybe fusing two things together. a fusion of two things. Like there's something that you're creating in terms of, which is very projector of you, that like is part of your purpose. But even if you just start, like say you have two pillars of things that you want to share and you're trying to decide between both of them, just start sharing the foundational elements of both. I feel like there's also a huge pivot to like, maybe you create faceless content online, or something that allows you to create faceless content. Something that just pushes the needle forward to your purpose in that direction. I don't think that it's a matter of not knowing what to do, really. I think if you really sit with yourself and you write down and think about and visualize, what do I kind of feel is in my sphere of happiness or success as a projector? What does success truly look like for me? And what's a way that I can do something that I know will be a part of my day-to-day in the future, but I can pull that success in now by allowing myself to do that. So maybe it looks like every morning I get up and I get a cup of coffee from my local coffee shop. And that's something that I know that I want to do when I am my most successful self. Start doing that even once a week. You don't have to wait until you go every day of the week to feel satisfied. Sometimes you can feel satisfied just by going one day. And I think even those things that don't feel like they're directly correlated to the financial aspect of your purpose, that plays into the expansion of showing yourself what's possible, leading to more self-confidence, which leads even more so to your purpose. But it's almost like you can't skip that step, even though you want to, because your Cancer moon is like, I want it now. I don't want to have to take the steps because I know that if I just lay in bed, eventually it'll happen. But you have to show the universe that you're willing to move around and take off the pajamas, you know, metaphorically, physically even, to do what's possible. So I'll leave you with that. Again, this is recorded, so I'm just doing little channeling based on the words that I'm getting for people, to allow yourself to, you know, listen to this again and again. So YouTube, I'll put the timestamp in it. I'm also going to write your names in order. So I had Maalia. And then I had Baltimore for Michaela next. So, Baltimore. I also wanted to say, like, finding my roots, like something about ancestry. I don't know if your dad lives there or there's a call to, like, moving there or from there or somebody. It's giving masculine energy, either masculine energy that you have there, or it's going to put you in your masculine in some way, which I don't necessarily think is a bad thing. I would be curious to know if that person we talked about yesterday also is in Baltimore and is like, move here to the city and I'll help you. Like maybe there's some opportunity. Yeah, I love my pajamas. Yeah, I'm on YouTube almost every day in some capacity. Hi, Jamila, how are you? I'm going to pin Michaela's comment too, so we can see. I posted a YouTube video today. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I also feel like I want to say something with the arts district, but it feels like, it's funny, The Legend of Zelda is the name of this song. Yeah, super opportunistic. That's all right. Yeah, we all go through phases. Yeah, Baltimore feels artsy. Yeah, I would go. I think it's just make sure you have your own room. Just know that you need space and that you don't need, like, don't try to cheap it out, even though that can be enticing. I would say, like, make sure you have your own space. You could be in the same hotel, but maybe, like, choose a way that you can get there in the way that's best for you. Maybe you don't have to stay. It's funny because I went right to hotel as if, like, that was definitely going to be an option. But if you're driving for the day, I don't know if that's possible for where you live now. I don't quite remember off the top of my head, but you know, have your own car. Be in charge of how you get from like point A to point B. It's funny, point A, plan B. I can feel that oscillation between like, should I stay or should I go? I don't know who sings that, but there's also like an opportunity to focus on, focus on the future. I think going there will give you something to respond to, so I would definitely go. I think just thinking about it a little bit more outside the box. You don't have to take what they tell you. Yeah, there you go. You don't have to take what they tell you as how the trip should go, is the way that you have to experience the trip. So don't stress yourself out about like having to fall victim. I don't want to say that, like, I won't filter my words, I'll just say it, but fall victim to like circumstance of what they're offering. It's like, okay, I'm absorbing it, I think about it for a day, wait out my emotional wave, and then I think about how I actually want to experience going here in a way that's going to make me feel safe. You know more than you think that you do. The answer to a lot of the problems that you are facing right now is just consistency and discipline, and anyone else should be an addition to that. You don't need somebody to fully do anything other than help you, what I said last night, helping you get brand deals. So I will leave you with that. Don't forget. Let me see who is next. Angel. And Angel's word to give me something to respond to channel for her was quitting. Yeah, absolutely. You're welcome, Michaela. Of course. Yeah, quitting. I think at this point, girl, like, we know you're going to quit at some point. We know it's just a matter of if not when, right? I think it's of when, not if. I always mix that up. You don't like to question where your money's going to come from. It's destabilizing to you, which we know this on a literal level. I really don't even feel like that needs to be channeled, especially with that gate 54. But really listen to what people are saying. Being objective is good, but I think that there's a level of, like, there's probably certain people in your life that are saying things that you think you may know more than them. So it's blocking a level of capacity to understand in a way that will actually unlock the next level of knowing exactly where you need to go. It's also, it was just 8:54. So, and I was thinking of gate 54, which also reduces to a 9. I just saw 54. So I don't know if 9 or 54 means something, but I think that there's, that may also be your guides. Maybe it's a matter of like listening to your intuition, opening up your psyche a little bit more, balancing the scales of listening to other people. They don't have to fully sway you, but I think that there's like, I keep saying this and I say this kindly, it's like God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. You do have gated caution anyway, so hello Thomas Jefferson. So like slow to speak, right? Colonial Williamsburg, I don't know if that means anything to anybody, but that's just what popped up in my mind. But yeah, colonial era. I'm also thinking of like people who dress up in like colonial garb. And hi Hadley, and that being something too, Chelsea. But yeah, again, it's a matter of when you will, not if you will, and it's just slow and intuitive. Yes, I love that. Yeah, I think it's just like being in a like, okay, universe, you know that you gave me this desire to quit this job because I meant to do something greater. So like y'all up there, you all over here that are my spirit guides that are sitting in my room, I love you, but like you gave me this desire, so like you gotta help me out. Yeah. So I think asking them for numbers for when, like speaking to your guides maybe more. Maybe it's been you're too locked in on this plane that they want you to listen to them on the other. Maybe, building an altar. I don't know if you have angel figurines in your house, but I also feel like that would be beautiful. Go to a thrift store, or maybe there's ones that you thrifted recently. I feel like there's something that's hidden, maybe even Christmas angels, because I also saw like garland, like Christmas garland, like red and green. Oh, also December baby. Maybe something you were given for your birthday that's an angel, and like displaying something somewhere just to show the other side that you're in communion with them and you're like, I'm listening, but I also need you to speak a little bit louder for me over here. So I will leave you with that. Yeah, I love that. It's a fun way to like take action in a way that's like decorative and very Gemini, like jovial and sweet. So I love that. Let me see. And then I had, Endeavor for Orion. Endeavor. Again, it feels like a matter of like, if not when you want to release everything that you're meant to release. I think it's like kind of considering like, what is it? Yeah, I love that. What is it that is actually holding you back? No one else is supposed to know that but you. Like I know that your shields are really in place where like I don't have to, there you go. Well, yeah, I love that. Like I don't need to know. I just know that I just have to say the words and you'll figure out the rest, where like I don't have to penetrate those shields for you, so to speak. It's a matter of like, I also see like moonlit dark path. What's the field is what I was gonna say, but that's not what I was picturing. Like a trail diverges in the woods. I don't know what that's from. Hansel and Gretel. It's paved, but like there's cracks from where the roots have come up. Not in a bad way. That's just a visual that I'm getting where it's like there's two paths. I don't know if walking at night has also been something that you've been doing. I walk through the valley of the shadow of death and I think to myself, that's also a song. But I think it's a matter of like, there's something else that I want to say self-fulfilling prophecy. Hi, Michelle. But I feel like, again, like you're kind of out of that loop. So, okay, yeah, night walking. There you go. Okay. It's giving vampire and I love it. The cloak, right? I'm watching. I'm almost done. 43 minutes left to Breaking Dawn Part 2 because I've been working my way through Twilight again because it's been so rainy. So why not? Also Pacific Northwest too. Yeah, I feel like it's a matter of like maybe during the nighttime, I keep wanting to go to the left. Yeah, I love that. I don't know if you're being, yeah, there you go. A righty like I am, which a lot of people are, but go to the left. To the left, to the left, everything you own in the box to the left. I want to go this way. It's like a pull and it's like, well, I didn't think I was going to go that way, I guess. And then you're like, oh, this feels like that's what's going to lead me. And I think just from there, you'll be given the next baton or breadcrumb to respond to that's leading you to not the witch in the oven, but like the cozy cottagecore life that you know that you deserve to live even deeper. Hi, Sam. How are you? Even deeper than you thought possible. I'll leave you with that. Go left. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let me see who is next here. Oh, Trick. Okay. Oh my God. Almost dropped my coffee. Trick's word that I'm channeling for is home. Again, this is recorded, so you guys will see this after. Finding your roots. Also, I wanted to say, I feel like there's this like struggle to just like want peace, like that craving of just peace and stability so badly that emotion is almost so overwhelming that it creates anything but it's like, again, it's functional freeze. I feel like is the best vocabulary word I could give, just to validate how you're feeling. I'm good. To validate how you're feeling, because that can be really disabling. Oh, I love that. Yay. Okay, perfect. Yes. Maybe just like have a good cry on the floor of your shower. I love that. Congratulations. Yeah. I think, I also got the visual of like, you see how I structure my lives here, right? I got a machine going. This is a well-oiled machine. And I think that there's ways that you can trying to, oh, well, congratulations. We'll say it as if it does. That's also a version of manifestation. I love that. I love that. Okay. Well, congratulations on your new home. Be okay if you get the space, but if it takes time to fill it. I also feel like there's an opportunity to like lean into resources where you can get furniture, like worry about the what's going to go in it after the fact, but I also picture you like taking your time to fill it. It's funny because the visual that I'm getting is that it's a first floor, although it doesn't feel first floor, but I'm visualizing the setup of my grandma's condo. And I remember when we moved her in there, this is back in 2001, excuse me. Sunday I said 2021, but I got that visual and I remember that she had, she loved liverwurst, and I do too, on crackers, like wheat thin crackers, and then cheese in a can, like with a plastic, like, it's like a red rectangle, and we slept on her floor, and she had no furniture in there yet. It was coming the next day, but it was like just being okay with like, it doesn't matter because like you're safe now. Like there's, oh, I just felt really warm in the palm of my hands when I did that. Like you're good. And like you already know, like I can feel that like warmth for you of like, wow, like just such a relief that oh, what a relief it is. Like that feeling. And so finding ways to, I think, refine, like knowing that there's an obvious reason for you to be on live for money, right? Like if you're making money, right? Yeah, thank you so much. I don't mind starting with nothing, just have to have the space and not, yes, exactly. Because it's like you can't thrive in that organized chaos. Like it is a version of organized chaos for you, but like you deserve more than that to be what your legacy is, of like Trick's just handling the chaos again. Like it doesn't, like that's not, like that served a purpose, but it's not your long-term goal for what you need, especially as a Cap rising. Like you want that structure and stability. So I feel like, again, the knee-jerk reaction I will say is like when you're on live, like really know, yes, exactly. I think other people housing you, like if you get invited to go to a retreat, maybe the retreat, oh, there's a woman named Kelly that I just did for the astrocartography. She would be a person, but all that to say, like maybe the exchange is like they pay for your travel and to facilitate, and they pay for your food. So maybe it's like there's no surplus for the retreat, but once you're settled in your space, you can go to other places, and like maybe there's no extra capital to pay for you to be there, but the payment is that, and you're okay with that. Yeah. And I think that's where I don't like, there's not an option. Like for me, it's like, if you want to, I'm on live, I'm doing $12 readings for 10 minutes. Like, do you want it or not? Like, there's not like, you know, I'm doing channeling now for free because I want to, but like, I'm on for a reason, a season, a purpose, a lesson, you know, whatever. Like, so just know that like, you get to like rein it in is also what I want to say. And I also heard like a rain stick. I've also been thinking of didgeridoos a lot, which is funny. There's a chain called Outback Steakhouse in the US. I don't know if you know of it, but yeah, needs to be met, and then starts with that satisfaction. 1,000%. You're allowed to be angry. I think, I would incorporate and encourage you to incorporate, a little bit more of like the stability that you'll feel having the apartment when you're reading for people. Because I think that people aren't used to how intense you are, so it can scare them off a little bit. And you could be like, well, I don't really care. But that also does something in a business sense too, where when you're providing a service to somebody, it's like oh, I understand. Okay. So whatever it is, but I think that if you are going on the internet and are like just wanting people to pay you for existing, you can do that, but it's not going to get you the money that you want for the apartment in the way that you think that it will. It's like people don't give as much, right? Oh, okay, amazing. Yeah. So if you have that, then it's not a concern, right? So I think it's a matter of like, then maybe refining the contracts, right? There's, again, rein it in, refine it. You already know where the money's coming from. There's an investor involved. So it's just a matter of being like, okay, now we have to sign. Like, now's the time. Like you said, you're investing. Where are we signing? And just being direct about that, right? Not from like you owe this to me and you said this, but like okay, this is what professionals do in business. They follow through. Same exact message, but the vocabulary is more aligned with what's helpful of service to your Capricorn rising. Yeah. And I think, you know, listen, you have resources available. ChatGPT is free if you ever need it, you know, like to be able to refine that. So I will leave you with that for now. Let's see, who else dropped some words. I'm excited for you though. That's a good place to be, an exciting place to be. You're getting closer. Rory said tattoo. What's so funny, Rory, is that immediately when I saw that you said that, I pictured like mountains and a dire wolf, and then I heard, Bella, where have you been, loca? Because I've also been like watching those movies. So it feels very mountainy. Like, I don't know if there's something that you've been thinking about, Rory, that's like, you're welcome, like a mountain tattoo. But that's what I was thinking of. And almost like running shirtless through the woods, which I feel like is something you would totally do. Also, I feel like you also would be the person, if you like the sensory of it, that has the shoes that are like each of your toes goes into like a separate thing, like a foot covering. I don't know what those are called. I think they're a variation of like outdoor climbing shoes, but I was thinking of that. So for a tattoo, also I wouldn't be surprised if that was tied to maybe your root chakra, grounding roots. Also a lot of greenery, so could be heart chakra related, because I know you were talking about getting tattoos for different chakras or energy centers, if I wasn't mistaken. It also feels like for you, as everyone's connected, red thread, that similar to Trick, maybe there's some opportunities for, or has been some opportunities for grounding or like creating more roots somewhere to the second level. So also considering that may be important for you. Oh, I love that. I'm getting katana. Okay, from on my left rib to ankle. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, so talk about grounding. It's like stake in the ground on the left side of my body. So balancing. I love that. Well, I mean, I think if you have that root to sacral, there you go. Root to rise. Oh, there you go. Wait, Gangster's Paradise. Wait, I just saw all of these coming through. There you go. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I love that. I'll love to see it when it's done. I'm sure you'll post it. But yeah, I feel like that pretty much sums it up. I don't think that there's anything else on top of tattoo that I have to say. But like also, thank you, Orion. That's so cute. I'm excited. That's a fun thing. Yeah, enjoy. That's amazing. I love that. Have fun. Yeah, get a Twilight tattoo. Jacob forever in a heart. I love that. I was thinking of Pete Davidson. I don't know why also, but I'll also say that. But enjoy. That's gonna be awesome. Let me see who was next, and I'll go until like 9:15. Oh, I went way far back. Oops. I think Zahria. Yeah, Zahria. Okay, peace. So, people are not as hard on you or judgmental, I think, as you feel like they might be. I think that especially there's like an over analysis of trying to position yourself so you're giving the best version of yourself of what people want from you, but people just want you and whatever version of authentic you that you're willing to share, right? On the internet, it's helpful to remind ourselves that like this, you can have an avatar. Thank you so much, Hannah. You can have an avatar. Like you can have a version of you. I don't have to get on here and share every aspect of my life in order for what I do here to be valid in this capacity, because we'd be here for a long time, right? If we were all on live sharing all day long, right? So there's this energy of really allowing yourself to find peace in knowing that like everyone has their stuff and that it's okay to feel like you're allowed to take up space in your corner of the internet, right? That's a part of being able to feel peaceful, is not doing yourself a disservice. Yeah, we all have a hand to our Miley. It's so true. My best friend Leslie says, well, she's just being Miley. The next time I freak out, I'll just keep looking down. My heart can't wait till then. I can't wait to see you again. I think those were the words. I think I got them. My friend also met Joe Jonas last night for like the second time, and I was like, you guys look like a couple. So it was funny because the lore. But yeah, Zahria, I feel like there's also just knowing that, like, knowing how you want to present yourself, kind of creating, and maybe use the help of ChatGPT to help you like figure out like, what is my social media avatar? I also was saying UGC for you, so like user generated content. Look, there's portfolios that they have already pre-made that you can fill in for, on Canva. And I think it's like $12 for a Canva account. So you can link to that as well. It's like a My Canva site or something like that I've seen people use or mention before. Manifester, hi T, welcome. I have a couple. My other beautiful manifestors liking the live right under this. But yeah, so I feel like there's time for that. Ooh, Entourage. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'm doing another like 4 minutes. And this is, again, recorded. If you guys want to subscribe to me over on YouTube, this will be posted tonight. I'll have that, and then I'll work on the timestamps between tonight and tomorrow. But yeah, Zahria, I'll leave you with that. And I'll put everybody in order for the channeling. I don't know the full timestamps, but I'll figure them out. I feel like there was only... Oh yeah, okay, she was next, and then I think it actually worked out time-wise. Zahria was last. Oh, I don't know how to channel towards. I was just practicing channeling on the words that you guys gave me to just work on my psychic gifts. You're welcome. Yeah, absolutely. You're too gorgeous to not share yourself with the world, but you don't have to share everything to be valid. Moonflower Mystic. Okay. Lucky number 8, my dear. I feel like you're afraid of being burned at the stake. And there's Entourage feels like you deserve the support and people to back you, and it's okay that there's a hierarchy. And Rory, just message me on Instagram or message me in Patreon, because you never used your May reading, so I can just send you a quick reading too, or an audio if you want, whatever works. Are you hiding full birth dates and locations for YouTube? Yeah, if you have like, I usually don't pivot back and forth, so I can. And you always just let me know that. I always say in the comments too. Yeah, absolutely, Rory, for sure. The audio may be easier just for where you're at, so I can send you, just send me your question and I'll just send you a 10-minute audio back. For those of you guys too, Before I fully pivot over, I'll just do my housekeeping before I can channel for you, Moonflower. Yeah, absolutely. And you could always like make up a name. Like I don't need the person's real name or their government name too. If you want to do that also, I have no problem with that. Like you never know. So I totally get it. And thank you, Angel. I appreciate that. I'm screenshotting that too. Yeah, well, I'll pin that for now or hold that for now. But yeah, Moonflower Mystic. So I'd love to hear channeling you have on Entourage. So yeah, absolutely, Zahria, 100%, 100%. I can always do that if you want me to pour in for that. I never mind that. I always love doing that. So we can do that for next month too. Yeah, Moonflower, Entourage, it feels like being afraid of putting people on pedestals. I'm also picturing, leaders that have an entourage that you may feel bitter or like resentful towards because like they don't deserve the support that they have. It feels more like global, if you will, like celebrity political. And you're almost like, why can't people support the good people? Like, why does the good guy always finish last? Even though it's not maybe necessarily the case, I feel like there's an opportunity to build maybe even your entourage sustainably. I also keep picturing the show Entourage, and then I was thinking of Adrian Grenier, who also played Andy's boyfriend, the chef in The Devil Wears Prada. So it feels like also full circle to like wealth, abundance, the entourage that comes with that. Yeah, there you go. Hi, Anna. But like struggling to figure out your relationship to that. Hello, hello. I'm doing some channeling. I think it's just a matter of, oh, what did you see? I really want to see Sinners. That's on my list. And everyone's been joking that it's been Nani and Stitch, not Lilo and Stitch, because they change the whole storyline around. Oh yeah, absolutely, Kianna. I'll write you in the list here, so that way I know that it's recorded. But yeah, Moonflower, it feels like, because again, your iconography is purple. Purple is the color of royalty historically, because that came from a certain dye that was extracted from, I believe, some sort of insect that, or flowers, maybe even violets, or I don't know if the word or violet flowers mean anything to you, but being okay with having an entourage, but also being okay with letting people support you, being okay with not everyone that admires you being at the same level, but that doesn't mean that they can't get there, but also being okay with, like, sometimes that means that, like, certain people are going to resent you. Like, it is not my fault if you put me on a pedestal and then you get mad because you realize you put me on a pedestal and then resent me for it when you did that yourself, right? I just showed up as who I was, but you can't resent me for being who I am when I didn't, you know, take the pedestal away from you and stand on it and look down on you on purpose. If you take it that way, that's your own self-worth issue. But when I know that I'm activating in it in an aligned way, that's okay. I feel like that has to be your changing your relationship to entourage, like knowing that there's good people like you who deserve it, support, recognition, not feeling bitter, feeling successful. There's probably some, I don't even want to say wounds, I think, because the core of it is valid. It's just a matter of like ignoring the energy that's wasting, lamenting over it any further, and start to ask for your flowers or you know, make the vase so that you have, you know, water and flowers to put it in when people do ultimately give you your bouquet. So I'll say that to you. Yeah, probably valid for a couple of you. Thank you, Kianna. Yeah, honoring that authentic self-expression, authentic expression of myself. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, sinners. Oh, we just went to the the mall that had the movie theater in it, as all of them really do. Final Destination. Oh my God, well, I'll have to watch those now too. Hold on. Okay, so I have Bones from Ellington, then Final Destination from the beginning. Also, side note, before I read for Kianna, or just answer her question, do you guys think that them stealing Annabelle, I was so glad that I wasn't in New Orleans when she moved there. I had already left. But do you think that that's for the movie, or do you think that that's for, like, that actually happened in real life? Or like both. I'm curious to know what you think about that. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but there's a new Annabelle movie that's coming out, I think, like soon. I don't know how soon. But the Annabelle doll is missing. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. I think it's for the movie. Okay, that's what I was thinking too. And then let me pin Kianna's question. So if you have time, can you speak on having the 59-6 channel with someone else? I have hanging gate 6. Yes. So I have hanging gate 59. You have hanging gate 6. Together, we create an electromagnetic channel. When your gate 6 grabs onto my hand with gate 59 and we're like, cool, we're going to work together. I have the sacral, you have the emotional, go team, right? They're both Virgo placements, but that's how that works in human design. When someone has the full 59-60 and you only have the 6, they create what's called a dominance channel. So their energy dominates that channel. Pretty self-explanatory. So there's part of you that will connect with them over the 6 component, but there's something about them that may feel also, does this have to do with your singing, like manager, someone else in the band, like something else along those lines? Hi, social. Just being aware of it. Dominance channels don't mean that somebody's going to dull your sparkle or steal your shine. It just means that like their energy is more potent. So it actually may be nice sometimes in some areas, gate 6, gate of friction, where like they take over and they can kind of lead by example. And you're like, oh, I am the talent. Like I've just got to go up on stage. Like, let me relax. So yeah. Usually romantically, but yes, there are a few friends in work. Yeah, so gate, I mean, it is the gate of bond making and sexuality. So it is a very spicy connection. Gate 59 is like how you literally procreate with other people through business ventures, intimacy. Gate 6 is the gate of the pH. So your pH will tell you if your man's is cheating on you or your partner, whomever and whatever you prefer. You guys will be the first to know. That's very real. That's a thing. There's a whole bunch of girls on TikTok that will tell you that. So you don't have to embarrass yourself. They'll do it for you. It's like what happened with Wizard Liz, that poor girl, 4 months pregnant. And she has like 3.3 million followers, because I looked at her Instagram last night because I was being a nosy bee. And she's 4 months pregnant, and her man just cheated on her. And I think he did exactly. He saw her as a challenge. He stalked her. He stalked her life on the boardwalk. Pauly D. You stalked my life on the boardwalk. I can't say boardwalk like that anymore, that I don't live in Jersey anymore. Even though I'm there all the time. But you stalked my life, and waited until she was 4 months, and then did it on purpose. And then he wasn't even successful. I'm so happy for her though. She had the strength, to stand her ground and following through on leaving. Yes, because that's what she preaches. It's not about you cannot control another human being, but you can control your reaction when you're presented with unsavory or savory circumstances. So she practiced everything that she preached. I feel bad for the people that are like, well, this wouldn't have happened if she took her own advice. No, she is taking her own advice, but you literally can't control a grown man, right? It just is unfortunate, but it's true. Try as people might. So, she practiced what she preached. Her baby will have an amazing life. And, bad things happen to good people every single day. And I can't explain away why that is, but it, for whatever reason, that's what life presented her with. And if any other reason, then that soul of her baby was just meant to come into this world at this time. And that was who the husband needed to be, or who the father needed to be. He was simply a donor. What his relationship will be like with this child, who knows? I don't know them enough then, preliminary, of just her being in the same Shira 7 MJ. There's an MJ Gray, I think. But I think that our souls choose when we're meant to be here. I will say my niece, my brother is not present in her life. She lives with mom, and she, I am the support for her in any capacity that I can be, to provide some sense of stability from the other side of the family, right? So I know that because she's such a strong, beautiful little girl, she's a manifester and a Sagittarius, that was just the way that the cookie crumbled, and the reason, she was ready to come here. She's a manifestor. She just told us when she was ready to be born and come earthbound side. I don't know why, but exactly. Our souls pick the life path we live. I keep telling myself that on bad days, 1,000%. I know, what a combo, right? She's such a little firecracker. And my brother is in her life, I should say, as much as he can be, but he also has his own mental health struggles. But it's just that, as the dad side of the family, hi, Danielle, it's just always an interesting place to be, you know, in that dynamic, and a lot of different complicated layers that, you know, would blow your mind if you heard them, but I won't go down that at this moment. Hello, it's good to see you. I'm in my last, like, I was gonna hop off 15 minutes ago, but I'm gonna hop off at 9:30. I really feel we know these things, we know those things coming in for sure. Oh, 1,000%. I even just like my past life regression, like, I have to answer a couple emails. I'll go through them tomorrow, but let me write this down. Emails are like the last possible. It's so funny because it used to be the opposite, where emails were the first thing that you check. Emails are like the last thing that I pay attention to. Or like the DMs, everything like that, I'll pay attention to first. But yeah, I feel like, you know, our souls, we choose our path. We don't know why, but, you know, I feel that. And I know that even in my life personally, anything that's been a challenge, I've been able to find the resources to at least help me if I couldn't even help myself sometimes. And I think that that's an important discerning tool to use. I'm just going to close my blinds. After my water, but yeah, so I don't know, we choose when we're here for a reason, although, you know, I also believe in free will, and that thank you, Orion, free will and nature versus nurture, right? So yeah, who hasn't got a difficult family? It's so true. I'm like, every family has their stuff. Like, even like I have a couple friends that are from the South, like Southern Texas, and even though on the front, you know, you would think that everything was fine. Like, one of my close friends from college, we were at her wedding the September before last, and yeah, exactly, people of drama, it's so true. And you know, her dad passed away like not even a year before her wedding. You know, that level, I didn't know he was sick to the capacity he was, because it was like in the family, and you know, it's just people handle their stress differently. And I think that was one of the biggest things that like I was not aware of always, especially as a Scorpio moon, because I didn't have the tools to be taught emotional regulation. And so I didn't realize that people, like, I didn't know that it was possible for like someone who looks so calm to feel the exact same feelings that I was feeling, but look so calm while they were doing it. Right? So yeah, family stuff is rough, especially when you have your Scorpio stellium 4th house. Yes, it's so true. I hate drama too. Yeah, I know. You're like, I want to listen to it, Taurus especially. I want to listen to the drama, but it better not be mine. Like, I definitely yell, better not be mine. I'll listen to it all day. Give me the movie theater popcorn, Anna. I'll take the rest of your jumbo popcorn that's left over from watching Final Destination. Like, I love it, but like, not for me. Hello. You know, that's like the part of us that in our hunting gathering days. Yeah, exactly. That's why I watch Real Housewives. I'm okay with it being dramatic over there. And at least like for their drama, they're getting paid for it and they're getting paid well. So they have that. I'll watch a novella all day long. Taurus moons, like you guys know. And to bring it home, and then I'll also eat some in the morning. And then I'm also a glutton. Hi, Julian. And I love to put M&Ms in the, like, I love a salty sweet, because when we get sick of the popcorn, you gotta have something sweet, or a Diet Coke, because of course it has to be diet. or zero Sprite Zero or whatever. But I also, my absolute favorite is, Reese's Pieces. I'm gonna try that next time. Genius. That was so smart. My dad loves Reese's Pieces too. But I love the chocolate covered cookie dough, and you can also get it from Target, but we'll go to the movie theater instead. Hello, how are you? It's good to see you. Yeah, I love Bunch of Crunch too. I used to eat those all the time as a kid. That was my movie theater candy of choice. I also love, Julian and I went to high school together, and our our middle school, I should say, I know Thorne did. I don't know if North had this, because I wasn't, maybe it did, but they had the Snickers and Milky Way ice cream bars. And sometimes like a movie theater will have those, and like that's my shit. Like that, I'm like, oh yeah. I also put all my candy with caramel in the freezer because I like it to be hard caramel. Like not like break your teeth hard, but like it needs to be a certain consistency. Can you tell that taste is my strongest sense? Yes, the chicken wraps, I know. When I went to college, it was in buffalo chicken wraps. Like we upgraded like the style, although they may have existed too. I hung out with, I don't know if you remember Ryan McAnuff, but I saw him and I were so close since we're like 11, like middle school. And him and I went to lunch the other day. Well, that's funny. I should tell him that. I don't even know if you guys have ever really crossed paths like that. It's funny like how much I don't remember, but yeah. Hi, Darian. What does it mean when inner vision is your strongest sense? So that means that meditation, internal feelings, closing your eyes, your inner world has to, okay, that's fine. Like he sounds great. He had an older brother named Terry who was a year ahead of us. He worked at Food Town. Yeah, I don't know. The little lore drops I can give here and there. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I forget what I was saying. Oh, inner sense, meditation, closing your eyes. How do I feel about it? How do I calm my inner world? That's also really helpful. And like Aries moon meets inner vision, and having the visualizations also be strong makes a lot of sense. You get a lot of pictures in your head about everything. I do. That's the clairvoyance. Like I'm a seer. I remember, so my first boyfriend was a projector. And I'll leave you guys with this. And then I may be on YouTube Live tomorrow night. I'll let you guys know in the post section. Because I had someone that wanted to do a reading tomorrow night. Maybe not like as late as I am now. But, inner vision. Wait, what part? Let me see. Oh, you get a lot of pictures in your head about everything. Yes, that's also true. That is. I am, yeah. I'll just leave it at that for now. But yes, inner vision, you do get a lot of pictures in your head. Aries amps up. Yes, that head. A lot of Aries Mercury's too. Aries, I was thinking about Anna talking about Gemini with the fingers, and I got distracted when I did this. Being prone to headaches too. It's like you think or don't think as fast as your body can move. So it's like, yeah. Oh, you have that too. Okay, perfect. So yes, there you go. But yeah, so it was funny. My first boyfriend was a projector with the channel of structuring, and he would always argue with me that I didn't have a photographic memory. And I was like, no, like, but I can see pictures in my head. Like, what do you mean? Like, I don't have a photographic memory. Like, shut up. Like, a manifesting generator and 2 Aquarius risings, a manifesting generator and a projector. And then I was like, I literally looked it up, and I was like, there was some dumb picture that he showed me. Hold on, photographic memory. Like, let's see the actual definition. Yeah, the ability to recall a visual image with a high precision after only seeing it for a brief time. So, okay, yeah, so it's like picturing the exact 3D model of something, or like being able to change it. Let me see. Eidetic memory, I believe is how you pronounce that. Often used interchangeably. Sometimes distinguished ability to briefly see an image in one's mind's eye after it's no longer present, while photographic memory is the ability to recall pages of text or detailed images in great detail. Yeah, so he was right. I'll give him that. But fuck him. No, I'm just kidding. We actually get along. There you go. Yeah, and the headaches. Yeah, being human. Oh, Chelsea. There you go. Yes, Chelsea, let me know if you're still here and I'll channel. Hi, Sean. I knew what you meant. Yeah, there you go. Oh, that's so funny. I was going to ask for you to channel fear, but I respect you want to hop off. Yeah. I mean, I think, Chelsea, also I can see with you, like, some of that, it feels so heavy, so why try anyway? Like, there's too much going on in the world, and maybe, like, there's this, like, acknowledging what is and what's negative or what's uncomfortable, but also accepting that, like, there can still be beauty in the discomfort or even when things aren't perfect. So it feels like there's fear around, like, it's funny because I want to say, like, not being able to follow through on what you've said or what you stand for, or, like, a fear of changing your mind. But, like, there's sometimes that all change my mind, and I don't let myself feel so guilty about it because I got new information I didn't know until I knew better, and then I did better, right? So maybe something around that with fear for you is what I'll say. And I'll leave with for now. But these are all recorded. I channeled for you guys in order. Maalia, NiNi, Michaela, Angel, Trick, Orion. I wrote Endeavor for your word, but I meant Orion. Trick, Rory, Zahria, Moonflower, and Kianna. I answered your question there. So I will post this on to YouTube, so you guys will see it if you want to subscribe to me over there. I also have been posting the gates of the week for a different deep dive on, thank you, Darian. I'm listening to your audio message now. I'll do it now before I leave my desk. I got distracted with a couple other things, but all the readings, thank you guys for pouring into me as I pour into you. That will again be on YouTube so you guys can see it. I go on there every Wednesday, and I also will be on there doing a body doubling session from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we can co-work together if you guys have stuff you want to work on. And I pause every 15 minutes for a 5-minute break and answer questions in between if you guys have any questions. So thank you so much. Love to all you guys. Have a beautiful Friday and Venus Day tomorrow. I will be back on this platform next Thursday, same time, same place. So I will see you guys. Thank you so much, Kianna. Hope to see you there. I also will let you guys know and be better at it on YouTube stories or Instagram stories, rather. So yeah, but love to you all. I'll see you. Have a great night and happy Venus Day Friday tomorrow.